what's up mga dangs? It's me, Lay. So ngayon, today, eto na ngayon yung araw kung saan title defense na namin. So mamayang 8 PM scheduled namin for defense and ngayon magre-ready ako. Kasi ayoko talagang kabahan, guys. Pero nandyan naman yung kaba, pero ayoko talaga siyang ayoko siyang dalhin lagi. Yung mga kagrupo ko po, mag-hi kayo. Hi. Sila po yung mga kagrupo ko. Nag-chat na si Sir. Please stand by Miss Antisa's group. Part po talaga siya ng process. Alam niyo, lahat kami kabado na. Ay, ang traidor niyo talaga. Sobrang kaba ko na, guys. Ayokong ma-absent-minded. Baka mamaya wala na naman ako maisagot. Ang ganda ko dito, nakaka-asar.
Hindi ako nasa hindi ako sa PowerPoint ko, kaya wala akong pakita.
Ano? Hindi naman kayo nakikita, ako lang.
Give a chance to think back and remember the memories that they had with their loved ones.
Tingnan nyo, hindi pala talaga pantay yung buhok ko, guys, no?
Isip talaga.
May isa dito, tapos may isa dito. Bakit? Ano ba yun? Basahin mo kasi ng maayos. So, ayan na, guys. Magi-start na kami. Tinatawag na yung unang grupo kasi i-judge na ata sila. So, kami naman yung next. Kinakabahan ako. Good evening po.
Ayan, naglo lang sila kasi wala na sa card number ko.
Sir, umiyak yan si Leia kasi ang kulang daw sila.
Isa sa panalista ngayon kami, Sir Allen na inspire agad sa Leia.
Wow.
The last group natin, ang kanilang leader is Mrs. Leia Sagastas. Ang members niya ay si Herman Moore at si Jimmy Galanida. Dapat na nakakasama dito si card number 9. Oh, pero hindi na ako talaga mag-uwi naman. Sir Paolo. Si Sir Allen ba? First time Sir Allen na natutuwa ako. Sir John Evangelio, natagpuan ako from about guys. Sir John. And the chairman of the panel is Margie. So,
Okay po. Hi, good evening, our dear panelists. Good evening, Sir Pao. Good evening, Sir Randall. Good evening, Ma'am Marge. Good evening, Sir Allen. And good evening, Sir Jepson. So, we are going to present to you our proposed project. So, my proposed project is the Smart Home Isolation Facility. The final output of the project po will look like this.
Yung totoo po, hindi ko po talaga yun
Ay,
na-present.
sorry po. The final output of the project po will look like this po. It's 1.5 meter height and it's 1.5 meter length and 1 meter width. And if you look closer po dun sa loob, we have 3 UVC light, 1 from the CR po and 2 for the room. This will disinfect the whole room po. And we also have a speaker. It will be used for the two-way communication po between the nurse and the patient. And we have here the emergency button for emergency purposes po. If there is something unexpected that is happening to the patient po, he can always push the emergency button po to notify the ward po. There's a wristband here. Diyan po nakalagay ang temperature sensor, the heart rate sensor, and the wireless microphone. Diyan po namin nilagay, it's because most of this time po, ayaw na nila na magpipindot-pindot. So, through that wireless microphone po, they can communicate po if she needs po consultations or healthcare workers are every country's most valuable resource. They will go to clinics and hospitals, putting themselves at high risk from COVID. To reduce the risk of viral spread in hospitals, the project developers decided to propose the use of smart home isolation to easily monitor patients through mobile application that can be used by nurses and doctors. So, this time of pandemic, napaka-busy at saka parang prone to COVID-19 ang ating mga healthcare workers, mga nurses and doctors. Some of them po lost their lives still serving po. So, I think this smart home isolation facility will help them monitor their patient po, especially when they're at work or when they're at home, just by monitoring through a mobile application po. And also for the patient, especially most of the patients are afraid to go to some isolation facilities because of, I think, the isolation facilities itself po and the security and safety of the patient. Microcontroller and the devices we will be going to use. The Raspberry Pi. Why Raspberry Pi? It's because, to be honest po, I'm really not familiar with Raspberry Pi. So I just saw a picture po or but on hand po, it's not po. Pero, ayun na nga, we have to explore ourselves po. So,
and through some researches po and brainstorming,
it's very applicable po to my project. Kasi po, we have to develop in an Android application and meron na siyang parang built-in na Wi-Fi module. So, parang konting codings na lang po.
hindi na talagang
Then, I have here the temperature sensor and the heart rate sensor. These two po will monitor the patient's body temperature and pulse rate and the heart rate po. And the buzzer. This will alarm the ward po that the patient on the particular room needs fast care po. And the wireless microphone. This is for the two-way communication po, as I said earlier, for the patient and the nurse po. If ever na may kailangang itanong, through wireless microphone na po. The project developer aims to develop a smart home isolation facility. So the project scope are the following. The proposed project helps the doctors and nurses in monitoring the patients while on duty. The project will monitor the patient temperature and heart rate and communicate with nurses and doctors while at home quarantine. So, kahit dyan lang sila sa bahay, na monitor pa rin sila and nakikipag-communicate pa rin sila at hindi pa rin po sila napapabayaan. The project can alarm the nurses if something is urgent for the patient or the patient needs further attention. The project can disinfect the room after the 14-day quarantine. The limitations of the project po. The proposed project will only help monitor the patient and not to cure the patient. UVC light can cause skin and eyes irritation. Kailangan wala pong tao sa room and okay na yung patient, negative na siya COVID-19, so we can proceed po for the disinfection. The project is only for people with mild COVID-19 cases and patients to quarantine at home. Overall total is 13,550 po. Thank you po. Hello po, so pinalabas na po kami. Ngayon, iantayin na lang namin pabalikin kami para sa final na kung ano po ba talaga yung mapipili. So luckily, parang wala naman daw mali sa aming proposed title. So, yan. Hindi naman kami talagang sinabon ng masyado. Parang suggestions lang din and parang dagdag ganon, and mga nakikita nila na dapat baguhin.
Sa tatlong title na binigay niyo, wala kaming nagustuhan. Ano yun? Kananita. Actually, lahat ng project na pinupose niya is maganda. Pero syempre, isa lang gawin yung project, alangan na lahat, di ba? Kasi pagkamat, tatlo na nga lang kayo. Pero all in all, nakikita namin na applicable na magagamit in pangmatagalan is yung Smart Chicks Loader. Maraming nagagawa yung ano yun, diba? Yung project nyo na to, yung Smart Chicks Loader. So kaya ang gagawin natin is automatic mode kasi yung kay Leia masyadong mahal. And yung kay Moore, hindi naman natin alam kung nagamit pa.
Natakot daw sila.
Tsaka natatakot naman sa pinupost ni Moore. Mamaya biglang magsalita.
Baka itapon yung bird.
Sige po Gananida, yung Leia and Moore, yung title nyo is automatic. So congrats.
Thank you po.
Thank you po.
Wala kami din masyadong tanong, no? Kasi ang haba niyo mag-planning eh.
Ako ganda sila mag-present. Fairness. Natuwa ako. Okay, sige, congratulations. And I'll post your grading. Thank you po, sir.
Thank you po. Thank you po. Hi guys! So, i-wrap up ko na yung vlog. Sorry, ngayon ko lang talaga siya na-upload. Kasi, yung process na pag-i-edit, hindi siya madali. Sobrang umaabot ako sa point na tinatamad ako. Kaya iniiwan ko siya. Tapos minsan, sumisingit din yung klase, yung project, yung mga dapat tapusin. Kaya hindi ko siya nafo-focusan. Sobrang tagal na nun. At sobrang tagal ko na rin gustong mag-vlog. Pero, hindi ko siya magawa-gawa. So, ngayon, finally, I'm doing it. Yun kasi yung buong process na yun, hindi ko yung makakalimutan. Kasi, naging part yun ng college life ko. Yung pag-iisip pa lang ng magiging project mo, ano ba yung idea ng magiging project mo, yan. Tapos, ilang buwan mo rin yung pinag-isipan. Pero isa lang yung natutunan ko doon. Maging realistic, idealistic na isipin mo kung ano ba talaga yung pwede mong maitulong sa ibang tao. Nung unang pasa ko ng project title ko, hindi na-approve kasi madali na lang siya. So, isip ulit ako. And then, nag-brainstorming ako. Hi, madam! Admin namin yun sa Levinatics. Tinanong ko siya kung pwedeng patulong ng magiging idea ng project. Tsaka yun, naglagay lang din ako ng mga additional na sensors na pwedeng maidagdag. Yung whole process na yun, hindi madali. As in, hindi siya madali. Napili yung aming Smart Chick Brooder. So far, so good naman. Kulungan na lang daw yung kulang. Kung ano mang mangyari, i-document ko talaga siya hanggang sa final defense. Sana samahan niyo ako. If you think na may sense yung video na to, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe and click the notification bell para updated kayo sa mga upcoming videos. Charot. Yan lang po. Para lang talaga siyang memory lane ko. Sa mga Bisaya, pasensya na if I have offended you guys, pero wala naman akong intensyon na ma-offend mo. It's just that na tinatarget talaga natin yung large number of audience, and marami din akong friends na Tagalog. So,
kung kaya na, sabi ko nga, kung kaya naman natin mag-adjust, so why not, 'di ba? So tayo naman yung mas nakakaintindi ng sitwasyon. So yun lang. And pasensya na po kung may na-offend man, pero hindi naman po nagkakahulugan na kinalimutan ko yung pagiging Bisaya. I'm still a proud Bistak, proud Provinciana, proud Southern Lithuanians. So, that's all for today. Bye-bye, guys!